is up, everybody? Welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. By now, y'all know your two hosts. You have me, Alpha Dog Bats. We have JD from Line Movers with us. First time in a while, you guys have just the two of us. We've both been absolutely on fire, so we wanted to give you guys our favorite picks on what feels like the biggest MLB slate of the year. Tons of rainout games, ton of games here. JD, beautiful slate today. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. It is an absolutely huge slate. I will go ahead and say I don't actually really like it though. But yeah, man, like everything's going actually really well. Still been doing hot. I know on the show here I'm now 15-4 on picks. So yeah, man, everything's going good. There's a lot of rain. There's a lot of rain where I am here, and there's a lot of rain. It seems like everywhere. So
yep. For me as well, I'm up in the New York City greater area myself. It is an absolute pool out there. There are waves going out right in front of me. I can see it's a disaster. Before we get into the breakdown, though, JD, our guy Nick Castrucci's here. He's in here every show saying what's good, fellas. We appreciate you, Nick. We always see you commenting. Thanks for stopping in and enjoying your lunch hour with us. JD, you want to just jump right into it and give the people our picks today?
Yes, sir.
Let's get right into it. First game that we're breaking down today, guys, is going to be the Twins visiting the Cubs. Pitching matchup in this one, it's Joe Ryan day. Joe Ryan's pitching for the Twins, 7-7 with a 3.59 ERA. On the other side, we have Javier Assad. Assad's coming in 5-3 with a 3.19 ERA. JD, before I give it to you, yesterday, one of my favorite plays of the day was over 6 between these two teams. We saw 10 runs between them. There's been some really crazy low totals in MLB so far in the last couple of weeks or so. What do you think about this matchup? Do you think a total or a side's the best play in this one?
You know what? I have this priced at, as far as the model has this priced at the Twins at minus 175. So showing a lot of value there. I personally, just like from capping the game, though, I don't really have a feel for this game. Everything is telling me to bet the Twins here. With actually like the model price like that, I should just blindly bet the Twins. I have not yet. Like I said, it's just a game I just really don't have a feel for. Before game time, I actually might be on the Twins because it is definitely them or actually pass. So
totally understand that. And we say this on the show all the time. Sometimes the best plays you can make are not making a play here. But fortunately for all of you, the other host on the show does have a play on this game. And if you're home today sitting in this miserable weather, something to look forward to because it's an early game. It's only a 2 o'clock game. Yet again, I absolutely love the total in this play, over 7. Yesterday, we saw 10 runs. It's just too low of a total. Joe Ryan is not the same pitcher he was a couple of years ago. He's 7-7 this year. He has a elevated 3.5 ERA. On the other side, like we said, Assad has also an elevated ERA above 3. When the bullpens come into this game is where we're going to make our money. The starters may do okay. So if you bet this game and after the first 5, we're only sitting at 2-3 runs, we are not out of it yet. The Cubs just traded their entire bullpen at the trade deadline. They sold off. So when we get to the bullpen, I could see a lot of runs coming in this one late. And because the total is so low at 7, we're taking it. We have that opportunity to push as well on the 7 flat line. It's definitely a play I love today. More to come. It may make it to best bets. No promises quite yet. JD, let's keep it moving right along to a game that I'm excited to talk about. We have the Astros who are visiting the Rangers. Astros yesterday were my free play, got our streak to keep going. I was very happy about that. They had a nice 4-2 win. Thought they were going to get a no-hitter. Valdez had a no-hitter with 2 outs in the 9th inning, served up a meatball, got hammered, I believe, by Seager, but they still were able to get the dub. Today, the Astros are pitching Yusei Kikuchi, their trade deadline acquisition from the Blue Jays. Kikuchi has a crazy record of 4-9 with only a 4.6 ERA. So the Blue Jays didn't really hit for him this year. On the other side, we have Jose Urena, 3-6 with 3.7 ERA. So both pitchers have seen a lot of losses this year. The Rangers are a much better home team. They're 31-26 at home with only a 54-60 record, which means they get absolutely annihilated on the road, but they're in a home spot. And for the Astros, they're the opposite. They're 26-29 on the road, and they're 58-55 on the year. JD, what do you think about this one?
Man, this is a game you actually like, and it's one that I definitely do not like. Both of these guys on the mound, I actually don't actually back them. I actually just don't ever do. And neither team is really playing well. So for me, this is definitely going to be a pass. As far as the Astros side, I definitely like them a little more. I would probably play them first five though.
I respect that. And I do like the Astros today for several reasons. We're starting to see Yordan Alvarez's bat come alive. He hit the game-winning two-run homer in the ninth yesterday for the Astros, and they're starting to get some pieces back. Altuve's batting over 300 again. Diaz is starting to get it together as well. He's batting right around 300. And this team's starting to get themselves. Over the last month or two, the Astros have been the second best team in baseball. They haven't been as quite good as the Mets, but they have been a very good team, and they've gotten their record back to a playoff contending record. I am all over the Astros yet again today at the money line. Get that at minus 130. I do think Kikuchi's numbers are going to get a lot better as he's pitching for the Astros, meaning more his win-loss record. His ERA should improve as well, but his win-loss record should get substantially better as he's playing with a much better team in Houston. They got him at the trade deadline for a reason. He performed well in his first start. I think we're going to see him perform well here. Give me the Astros on the money line. That's definitely going to be one of my best bets. I'll let that out early. JD, it's a two-man game today, a two-man show, so we are absolutely flying. Next game we have on the slate is the Padres, who are visiting the Pirates. Padres are pitching Michael King tonight. Pirates are pitching Marco Gonzalez. Michael King's coming in 9-6 on the year with a 3.2 ERA. Former Yankee. You know I got to throw those in there when I get them. On the other side, Marco Gonzalez is 1-1 with a 3.7 ERA. JD, interesting line here. Padres coming in minus 165, minus 170. What do you like in this spot, if anything?
Yeah, this is a very actually interesting line. It actually opened really low, but it's definitely moved up. I actually have this priced at, as far as the Padres, at minus 192. This is one of those games where I don't understand why the line started out so low. The Padres, they've been playing some actually great ball. And the Pirates, they really haven't been. As far as the Padres bats have actually, as far as the Pirates bats have actually been cold. It actually seems like they have been for actually like a while now.
Oh yeah.
As far as Michael King goes, this is definitely a bet on guy. He hasn't really been talked about much. I think actually Cease, he's been pitching so well. I think, and I think because of that, King is not really being actually talked about much.
Yep.
But this guy has it, and he's definitely pitching very well. So when I was looking at this game, I was like, "There's something here," and I just don't see it. But I've looked over it and over it multiple times, and to me, as far as the Padres here, this is a very clear bet. I'm actually going to take them on the run line at a plus 110 here.
I love that. So you're not paying the juice at the minus 150, minus 155. You're taking the run line at the plus 110, the minus 1.5. Michael King's been good, man. I agree with you 100%. He's a solid pitcher. He was the focal point of the Juan Soto trade for the Yankees. That was the main piece the Yankees gave the Padres to get Juan Soto. So he has been a highly coveted pitcher. He has looked great this year. I do like your play on this one. For me, it's just a little too juicy. I liked it more when it was minus 140, minus 145 on the Padres, but it's currently climbed up to close to minus 160. That's just out of the range I'm comfortable giving. We all know baseball is a 162-game season, so betting consistently minus 160s to minus 170 is something I refuse to do. So that is actually at my limit. So for me, I'm going to be rooting for your run line here, but personally, I'm not going to have a play, as I do think the Padres are the right side. But in a baseball game at a minus 160 is just not something I'm willing to do. Let's move right along to the second to last breakdown. JD, we are flying today. We're hitting record times, probably because it's just the two of us, but let's keep it rolling here. We have the Reds who are visiting the Marlins. Andrew Abbott is on the bump for the Reds. He's 9-8 with a 3.4 ERA. Valente Belozo, hope I pronounced that right, is going to be the pitcher for the Marlins tonight. He's 0-1 with a 4.2 ERA. Quickly, JD, did you see the total in this game yesterday?
I did not.
This was another one between these two teams that was a 6-run total. They keep giving us these. It's really odd that they're putting such low numbers in the summertime, but this one absolutely flew over the total yesterday. They had 10 runs again, so that was another total that we cashed. JD, do you have a spot in this game? Do you like a side? Do you like a total? What do you think is going to happen in this Reds-Marlins game? I know we've talked about this Marlins team as a team we're going to potentially fade for the foreseeable future. Are you still taking that approach? What are you doing?
Yeah, I actually don't have a play for this game. As far as actually what you just said, though, they are a fade team. This is a spot where the Reds should they actually should get runs. It's another one of those games though, like I was talking about earlier. I really don't have a feel for. Just by looking at it, I mean, like you definitely have to lean Reds. Um, I honestly, just from how the model has them priced, I don't really love the Reds price. I have them priced actually like about actually where they are. So as far as value, there's really none there for me. Um, but I would have to lean Reds though.
I have a question for you. So we've been talking about this one for this Marlins team for quite a while, the last couple of weeks. When they lose, they're not losing by one run. So I'm going back right now. So it's something I know it's a little pricey on the Reds, but looking at the Marlins, their last loss was 8-2. The loss before that 10-3. The loss before that 5-3. The loss before that 4-2. The loss before that 9-3. The loss before that 6-2. It's been about 7 or 8 losses that have been by multiple runs. So when you see a spot like this, is it a potential plus money minus 1.5 because you can get the Reds at plus 125 by taking them on the run line? Right now, it seems like if you bet against the Marlins, taking the run line is the best thing you should do because they're cashing every win by a run line margin. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely like that. And with how this game with with the actual variance that this game does have, I would actually rather play the run line. Let me see here.
That's exactly what I was alluding to because I wanted you to say that and so we can have
Yeah,
a quick conversation because that's what I'm looking at in this spot. Why am I going to pay a minus 130 juice when every time the Marlins are losing, it's by multiple runs? You get it in the plus money.
yeah. Looks like you can get a plus 128 or so, somewhere around there.
Yep.
So yeah, I would actually definitely pledge that.
And we talk about this on the show all the time. It's a lot about trends. In the summer, I like to play a lot of hot trends and things that keep playing out. And this Marlins team, we keep saying it every episode, they have a payroll of under 15 million. I'm pretty sure the Reds have 2 starters that make more than their whole entire roster right now. It's just not a competitive team. They're not looking to win games, and they're not staying in games. I think they're going to continue to lose, and we're going to keep saying that. My official play on this game, and I think you guys have an idea what it's going to be, minus 1.5 for the Reds, plus 125. JD said he saw it for plus 128, so I'm taking his odds because they're 3 cents better than mine, plus 128. Let's keep it moving, JD. We have the final breakdown of the day. We're moving right along. We have the Orioles. We have the Blue Jays. Orioles pitching new pitcher for them, Trevor Rogers. They got him at the deadline. His record this year is 2-10 with a 4.76 ERA. Where did they get him from? They got him from that fantastic Marlins team. So makes sense why he's 2-10 on the year with only a 4.7 ERA. On the other side, Bowden Francis. He's 4-3 with a 5.6 ERA. He has an ERA a full run higher than Trevor Rogers. And he has a record of 4-3 compared to 2-10. It's wild when you see some of these pitching stats. JD, what do you like in this Orioles Blue Jays matchup?
Man, this one, as far as the Orioles go, I have the model price them at minus 185. This for the Blue Jays, it actually looks actually like a bullpen game, or actually like mostly a bullpen game.
Yeah.
Their bullpen has not been good. As far as the Blue Jays games over, we've actually been playing a lot of those. Those have been hitting at a very high rate, and that's what I first looked at for this game. But then with the model price being actually where it is, and then as far as Trevor Rogers goes, this actually should be a bounce back spot. His actual first start with the O's was not that good. I think he gave up 4 runs.
Yep.
That was a tough game for him, though. As actually far the lineup that he's facing here is just nowhere near the same. Blue Jays, yeah, I'm just looking at some numbers versus actually lefties here, and they're not good.
Nope.
So this actually really should be a bounce back spot for him. And then the Orioles, I thought their bats were actually going to get going last night, and they did not. But I do think tonight they actually will. So yeah, as far as the Orioles here, as far as the run line, I definitely like that. I'm seeing you can get the money line right now. It's actually as low as minus 129. So I definitely love that. But
I like that as well.
Yeah, but as far as any value goes, I actually gave them out on the actual run line. This actual game shouldn't be close.
Yeah, it's interesting how this series has played out this year. So it's 6-5 in the regular season series between the Orioles and the Blue Jays. In 5 of the 6 wins, the Orioles have won by at least 2 runs. So that when they beat the Blue Jays, they've been putting the hurting down on them, and they're winning by a substantial run margin, which is good to see. For me personally, I'm taking the money line here. It's not too high at a minus 135 right now. It's pushing that line that I don't like to get into, but at minus 135 in a bounce back start for Trevor Rogers, I definitely think that's the best play in this game. I'm with you. Give me the Orioles.
Love it.
JD, you already know what time it is. Let me retweet it. Let me tell the people that it's time for Best Bets. JD, Best Bets record, I believe 15-4, 80% on the dot. Guy's been on fire. He hasn't missed. JD, what are the winners for today?
All right. Let's go back to that Padres game. I have this price, like I said, I have the Padres priced at minus 192. This is another game that I don't really think is a close. So let's take them on the run line.
Let's go.
Padres minus 1.5 at plus 110. Then let's go, right back to the game that actually we just talked about. This is another game that I really don't think should be close. And let's take the Orioles run line at plus 120.
I love it. Are those the final best bets? No more from you today?
Yep.
So the people are still here for me?
Yeah.
Let's do it, boys. I got the best bets for today. First best bet is going to be that Astros minus 130. The line is dropped to minus 132, so I do really like that play. Second best bet, we just went over it. JD's on it. Makes me feel even better. Baltimore Orioles money line minus 135. Third and final best bet comes in a game we have not talked about, but it's a game most of you are probably interested in, a game most of you are probably going to watch. It's going to be the Phillies and the Dodgers. Dodgers coming in minus 140, Phillies coming in plus 120. Everyone's probably thinking, oh, Alpha's going to give us the Dodgers at a minus 145 with Stone on the bump. No, I'm not. We are taking the Phillies, guys, at plus 120. I know we have Phillips on the bump for the Phillies, but I do think the Phillies get it done tonight, and the price is too good for me to not take. So my 3 best bets, yet again, Astros money line, Orioles money line, Phillies money line. Guys, that's going to do it for today's show. We have a big guest coming on Friday. We have Jammer Betts. We're super excited to have him. JD, stay dry, brother. I know it's an absolute rainstorm where you are. I'm getting the same weather, but let's stay dry. Let's cash some bets, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday to give out more winners.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back. Let's continue cashing. Peace.